Real Sociedad were building the game in traditionally back four in the first place. Real Sociedad were using sole pivot in the first place, and Real Sociedad fullback were providing width by staying high and wide. In the first place, United were doing press with sole man, and that was Ronaldo. United frontman Ronaldo was 2 vs 1 in front of Real Sociedad centre back, so Ronaldo having trouble to pressing. In the first place, Real Sociedad pure Zubimendi was isolated, so Real Sociedad goalkeeper was playing cheap ball in the wide zone. Now Man United wingers Anthony and Elanga were unable to cover the player of the wide zone due to stay narrow, so with Man United wingers operating narrowly, Real Sociedad fullback were easily receiving the ball in the wide zone. Now let's talk about wingers Anthony and Elanga. Man United winger Anthony was operating deep and the left winger was operating high as compared to the left winger Anthony. Why were the Man United's winger operating this way? And reason was that Real Sociedad left back was pushing high in the build-up phase. Man United right winger Anthony was dropping deep because of the left back pushing high, and the other hand Real Sociedad right back deep in the build-up phase. So the Man United left winger's position was high. Now Real Sociedad centre back was free, so Man United frontman was forced to press centre back. Now Man United centre forward was on centre back and winger Anthony was deep on full back, so when the turnover was happening, there was no forward to attack for Man United. In open play, Real Sociedad were building the game in lopsided back four. The position of the left back of Real Sociedad was higher than the right back. Man United winger Anthony had no idea who to press. Real Sociedad were using sole pivot and he was dragging Man United midfielder Fred. So Man United's midfield was 3 vs 2 down high on the pitch. When Real Sociedad midfielders were dropping in, Man United's defensive midfielder were tracked back Real Sociedad midfielders. So when the Man United midfielder were tracked back to Real Sociedad midfielders, attacking midfielder David Silva was free to receive the ball. You can see here Man United's midfield was 3 vs 2 down high on the pitch. On the other hand, when Real Sociedad were having trouble building the game, David Silva was dropping in and creating 2 vs 1 situation in front of Fred. So as Fred was 2 vs 1 down, the pivots were on easy pick for the centre backs and wide zone were open because of Man United's compact defending in open play. As we discussed, the left back of Real Sociedad was pushing high. The left back pushed high and forcing the Man United left winger to drop in. So the left hand side was open and the Real Sociedad midfielder was ready to utilize that space. Man United were building the game in back four in the first place. Man United were using sole pivot and that was Casemiro. Real Sociedad were doing press with the front two in the first place, and the front two of Real Sociedad were narrow and the front two of Real Sociedad were pressing Man United centre backs man to man. David Silva was operating as a number 10 role and he was marking United's pivots. So the Man United pivot was centrally isolated and the Man United was being forced to build the game from wide. And as United were trying to build a game from wide, the wide midfielder of Real Sociedad was aggressively pressing the fullback. Man United's pivot and winger Anthony were being high pressed when the fullback had the ball, so United players were getting marked deep on the pitch and United were having trouble building the game. In open play, Man United were building the game in traditionally back four. Real Sociedad were defending in 4-1-3-2 formation in open play, and Real Sociedad frontmen were ready to press Man United centre backs. In open play, Real Sociedad midfielder were staying wide and blocking the passing lane of United wingers, so Man United centre back could not find the winger with direct pass. So the Man United centre back were playing square passes, and when the United fullback had the ball, the wide midfielders were ready to close down the fullback, and the Real Sociedad fullback were tracked back to United wingers.